So this is what I wanted to showcase, right? When saying metadata formats, and then you want to make sure it's ETDs though, right? And then you go to ORE, right? In fact, well, I don't know if you can do this, but you can go to sets, yeah? After sets, you can go to thesis and dissertations, records, and then from here, we'll be able to choose, I guess, the appropriate metadata format. I don't know if this will change, and it probably did though. But so, list records, we'll be able to filter these because you can actually filter them from up top there. Now, if you're saying that you can pull information like this, last time what we did was we used wget, right? If you can pull this information like this, right? If you can put this information like this, and if you walk through, now I'm not saying this walkthrough we've done is the way you're supposed to get the PDF document, but assuming this PDF document, right? You're extracting it from where? From, let's say here, right? From this thing here. I can copy this and then try and check if I can search for atom link. Okay, there are 3 of them, but I want this. So I'm just going to copy this part here, I guess. Okay, there's still a couple of them actually, a number of them. One, two. Where else do we have the PDF, I wonder? Besides the atom link, where else did we? Sorry? About here, RDF about or something, right? So RDF about is equal to. So you notice that the different elements that have what you're looking for, right? Okay, RDF about as well has a number of these things here, but it's fine. So let's just assume that this is what we have here, right? Now, sorry? TXT, yeah. So, but you can easily filter these things. This has .xml and atom. This one has TXT. But let's assume that this is what you're looking for here. This is copyright information. So you can come here, right? And if you remember, I think what we did here is I don't know, XML lint or something format. I don't know if this is what we did. Okay. So let's say we have this, right? Let's say we are using the same approach here. We format them like this. We know that what we're looking for is I don't know if you can see it from there, but I'm trying to my eyes these days. Is RDF someone? Is RDF description or RDF what? RDF. So it's here, right? What I'll do here is I'll also type it through to cut and put the number and then do more or something. But what we are seeing here is line number, let's see, RDF. Tell me when to stop, I can't see here. We have something, okay. Okay, so I mean, what's wrong with, I don't know if we're going to get from link or the RDF, we had the PDF somewhere as well, right? We had it under RDF description, is it? Oh, it's under description and about, right? Yes. Okay, so we see that there's different ways of extracting this information. And by the way, if you're following, maybe what you could do is try and see if you Google Refine, once you download these XML documents, you can use Google Refine to get what you want. That's what you did, right? Did you use Google Refine? Yeah. So maybe you can use Google Refine, because in this case you're using Google Refine to get the PDF link. Because you have expertise in Google Refine, this is not Google Refine, I'm just using a script to showcase. So let's say we're going to use this. What I can do here is I can just say here I'll just say grep, or here I'll just say grep this, right? And this thing won't work here because I think I don't know if this is because of these special characters. I don't know. Let's just say grep. I don't know why this is coming up like this, right? Ah, there we go. So you see now that what I'm getting is for each record, like these are 100 records, right? From each record, I'm just getting the atom link thing. But you notice that the atom link things that I'm getting will have different other. Ooh, this is bad. I can't see where we have. There we go. So you can further do a grep here. I can further do a grep and just grep for PDF. And hope that this will work. Yeah. So I'm using this, right? So what I'm doing here is for each record essentially, I can actually even do a cat minus n and do a more. For each record, I'm just putting the thing that has a PDF itself. Do you understand this? I don't know if you're following through with this. And if you're smart about this, right? If you're saying that, listen, this is, you have 100 of these, right? You see, this is 1 up to 4, 5. I'm just going to do this here and remove them all. I'll have 100 of these. I should have 100 of these because this is batch number 100 records. So if I let it scroll up to the bottom, it should be about 100 of these, but that's besides the point because some of them have multiple files, right? Title page separated, so it's 140, but ideally it should be about 100 of them. Now, if there are 100 of them, what's wrong with you, right? Processing this in such a way that for each of these results that are coming up here, you process them in such a way that you get, and there's ways of doing this, right? You can do clever things. If you want, you can manually do this. For each of the batches, those 100, 100, 100, you can process them separately, maybe using Excel or something, so that you ultimately get this thing here. This thing here. Now, there's different ways of doing this, and I'm trying to think of equals. So something else you can do here is I can already see here that you can, if you want to extract the PDF here, what you could do is you could there's a pattern here, right? This here has different sections to this, right? The separator can be equal sign here, right? So if the separator is the equal sign, I can further spool this and just say this is the equal sign, and then just I'm just going to get 1, 2, 3, right? I'm going to get 3 here and check if this will work and do more. If I get record number 3 once I use the separator as the equal sign, hopefully this will be able to work, right? Hopefully this works, right? This is what we want, right? Yeah? And then what can you do next? You can further spool this and say, okay, I have these and I'm going to get 1, 2. I'll further split these again using awk, right? This time around the separator will be this time around the separator will be that. Let's see if this will work. 2. I hope this works. Are you happy now? You see what's happening? And what I can do now is, if I get this, these are all the unique URLs for the documents for the first batch, right? What I can do now, imagine, I mean, the potential is limitless here, right? If let's say I want to download this document here, I'll just, so from this batch I can download all the documents now, is it? Because these are the individual, if I show you the rows, these are individual rows for each one of those different files, right? For each of the different records, is it? You can further loop into this action, right? Can't you? So this is going to come up. Each of the 14 now, the URLs. These are PDF documents, right? Now, what I further do, right, is I can say, okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to say for file in this. I'll say do echo file done. I'm not going to echo file here. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to say do wget this. Now observe what's going to happen here, right? I'm just going to cancel this and just so what I'm going to do now is see if we can delete these things one at a time. You see that what's happening now? For each of those 114 records, the script is downloading them for you, right? Do you understand it? And if I check here as I'm downloading in here, I'll have these files here. File number 1, file number 2. So this script is going to do this 114 times. Do you understand this? But you can do this in however, I mean, you can write some fancy script in Java or something and don't let people use Java. but so this is the thing here. But there's something interesting as well. What you'll notice is that the names are going to be a bit of a problem, right? Because the names are going to be a bit of a problem. Some of the names are named main document. You'll be overwriting the things that are in here. No, the people entering, it's when you're uploading a file, you just browse for it on your computer, right? Use the name on the computer, right? But what you can do is, if you look at this script that we are using here, if you look at this, whoa, I'm just going to copy this across here, right? If you look at this thing here, the script that we are using is this. Very embarrassing here because there's no thinking, but that's okay. If you look at what we're doing with this script, what you could say here is that if I come back here and instead of looping here, I want to go back here, right? If you look at this, you'll notice that the separator here, I don't know if you can see what I'm seeing here, but one. If we use this / as a separator again, right? Observe. If we use this / as a separator, we can do an awk and then do a minus and then say / and then what we'll do is we'll print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Observe 5 and 6. Observe, I don't know if you're paying attention here. I hope you are paying attention. But if we print 5 and 6, you see what's happening? We can use this as the file name for what we are downloading. And what is this? The unique identifier, right? This you can map to the metadata records as well, is it? Right? So if you do this, this would be your file name. This would be, I don't know how you do the file name though. I guess you could, yeah, this is going to be tricky. I guess you could have the file. Okay, you can get the file from here. Okay, so what you can do here is you can say for each file name, you will awk it like this. You guys are not following, right? For each file name, you type. For each file name, you can awk it like this, and then you'd say this is going to go to, it's going to go to here. Echo file or print 6. how is this? Do you think this will work? I don't know if it will work. Right now I just wanted to demonstrate that this can be done actually. Feasibility, right? I don't know if this is going to work, but I hope it does work. But if it doesn't, it's fine as well. So I'm just going to download, to remove all the PDF documents here and then try and see if we can, and it's not working again. It's not. So what I wanted to do is wget output. How do you send output? How do you specify output for wget? No, the output where you want to save. If you want to specify the file name for wget, how do you do that? You say you don't know, right? You don't know a lot of things, but that's okay. You say you don't know. You just say you don't know. I think it's it's not that hard to say I don't know, right? I don't know wget or something. I don't know what's happening here, but I wanted to check wget how to specify the file name, but this thing is not working. So what I was doing here is I was sending this output to this file, but it's not. It doesn't seem to be working here, which is quite sad. But that's okay. I don't know why this thing is not working. Oh, there we go. So. Oh wow, okay. I didn't know you could do this. Oh, so we can do this output like this, apparently. Let's try. And hope this is where you pray, right? If you, but no, there's no prayer here. This is this is I don't know if you're following through with what's happening here. But anyway, you get the gist, right? In terms of what you're supposed to be doing. I hope this works. But you have an idea on how you're going to get the links. What you do there on is up to you. You can use a script like what we are doing here, although it's a bit of a problem here. I think that the connection. There we go. Let's hope this will work, so that we'll use it as an example. So you can choose to use this approach where you script individually, or you can do what you did before where you downloaded those files afterwards. There's a syntax error anyway. We can the syntax error here, which is quite unfortunate. I think there's something wrong here. There's something wrong here. Anyway, but we can do this, I guess. I don't know if you can do this, right? Can you? Like this. No, you can't. Anyway, you'll figure this out, but at least we've got into a stage where we can download, in the interest of time, we've got into a stage where we can download, we know how to download the files, right? All you need to do now is figure out how you rename them, because they need to be named uniquely using the unique identifier. At some point you need to map them to the thing, right? Is it? Because your solution has to be demonstrated in such a way that when you automatically generate for this record here, when you automatically generate for this record, I don't know where we were at here, but let's say when you automatically generate the metadata for, let's say, this record here, you will need to map it to the original metadata and show how this would ideally be used to update the metadata, is it? That's how your solution is supposed to work, right? But the beauty with automatically with using these IDs here as a way of naming your PDF documents is that if you check, right, there's a pattern for each document in here. For this document in here, there's a pattern in the URL up top here, right? So if I check the URL for this and hopefully copy it here, when I come here and I copy this document here, this is a generic URL, right? So when I use these file names, I would know that for me to check the metadata associated with this file, which has 6581, all I'll do is I'll come here and replace this last part here with this, right? And then I would know which document I'm dealing with here. So I'd come here and open it up like so. I know this is it. So this is better than getting the original file names. You understand this? Is that fine? I think you're tired, right? Yeah? Is this very difficult for you?
The renaming process is supposed to be manual.
No, but renaming process, this is what I was trying to see if we could do here. In fact, maybe I can actually showcase this here. Yes. The renaming process. Come on, guys. You're not following, right? The renaming process. Look at this. I'm just going to say I'll remove this. This is how you rename the files. Observe what Lighton is going to do here. I'll remove this wget here and do echo. Oh, so that's why this was maybe failing, right? There's a place where this is echo file. It's here. Let's see if this will work. I think if this works, then would actually know that the spooling to the file would actually work. If the echoing of the files, no, it's not working. And I think I know why. It's because actually we can remove the PDF to the PDF because it's really necessary, is it? And if this works, then we know that the spooling to the file should be able to hopefully work without a problem. So if we can see the numbers here, then we can just spool to this without a problem. Beautiful. Except the last part after the 9, right? You'd have to fix that at some stage here. So maybe we can do this. I can do this actually. Let's spool this again. So this should be able to work, I guess. Right? Yep. So if this works, what we can do then now is we can come back here and then do the wget file like this. Are you guys following this? No. What are we doing? What is up? What is wget f file? And then what we can do here is we can let's try and see if this works. There we go. It's working now. Boom. Right? It's just that the .pdf, I'm not using it because you can fix this later on if you want to use this. So if you notice now, all of these files, I know now that that this file, these are PDF files, but if you do a file here, these are all PDF documents, right? But I know that this PDF file I've just downloaded, this is linked to, and I can do this, right? I can open this up and view it. Come up. It's an appendix, it's fine. Let's look at something else. These are probably documents with multiple files, right? Or records with multiple files. But I can open this 7371 and I can check, right? 7371. If I go here and 7371 and open this up, in here, it should match with the document I'm looking at, right? Use of scientific calculators. Use of scientific calculator. And in fact, what I'm going to have in here, right, once this script is done, because it's doing this file by file, right, record by record, all the 114. When I check this, I'll have a total of 114 records in here, PDF documents. Done. And then the next stage now is just going to be you chopping, because this is stage 1, right, where you download all the documents. And then you start chopping off just the acknowledgement part. This is where your grow bit comes in, or your side pass. Okay, we're done.